Hey guys, today I brought you somewhere epic. It's pretty special to me, and today is another makeover. Yeah, you know those tips, those hair mistakes, things that are aging you faster. Today is the day that I get to take those tips, put them into action on a real human being so that you can see them actually functioning. And yeah, wanna know where you're at? Okay, let's check it out. Oh, hold on. By the way, if you're new to me, my name is Justin Hickox. Thanks for hanging out. If your hair is important, you wanna make it simple, that's what I do. I share tips. And I teach people how to do their hair, haircut and color at home. So if any of that stuff is important to you, you're gonna wanna make sure you join the family, hit that subscribe button. So yeah, let's check out where you're at. Pretty amazing, right? Yeah, one of my favorite hikes ever. Okay, so if you're new, this is how this is gonna work. First, we're gonna meet Maria. We're gonna go through a consultation so we can determine what makes the most sense for her, with her lifestyle and her hair, etc. Then Danielle and I are gonna discuss what we're going to do and why. Then we're gonna actually do it. Then we are going to end with explaining how to create the after look, the actual styling process, because let's be real, nobody ever does that in makeovers. So I'm going to. And yeah, so that's how this is gonna roll. So let's go ahead and meet Maria.
I'm Maria Hollister. I'm an occupational therapist. I work home health. I live in Troutdale with my husband and our dog.
Well, tell us a little bit about your hair. What are you thinking as far as your hair goes?
Actually, I'm not thinking anything. When this was sort of presented, I'm like, I'm going into this with an open mind, and whatever happens, happens.
So as far as the cut goes, have you had anything in the past that you loved?
I had it really short when I got married. Kept it pretty short for probably the first 3 years I was married. And then I grew it out and had bangs and kind of a short layered cut. When this idea was presented, I was like, I've always wanted to have somebody else decide what should be done.
So tell me this, like day-to-day basis, walk me through your routine in the morning.
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me that. I am a very low-key, all-natural type gal. I do, when my hair got really long, I noticed that it was getting really rough and not nice looking. So my hairdresser recommended to use shampoo and conditioner and then a leave-in conditioner at night, which I do.
Okay. Has there ever been a length that you found that you really kind of gravitated towards?
Probably 3 years ago. My hair, it had been about this length, and then it hit kind of a weird length. And I was super blonde, and every time I looked in the mirror, I saw my mother. That's the only time I've ever been like, I can't do this anymore.
Show me that length again. What was that length?
You know, like chin length.
Okay, so like right in there, and that's when it started feeling like a little bit too much like your mom?
Yeah. As long as there's some play in it, I've never had something really super short all over. I like a little bit of
movement? Yeah,
a little, I call it sass.
What word would you use to describe yourself?
Soft-spoken but sassy, maybe.
What do you think as far as your color?
Have you ever thought about being a totally different color?
I have. I just haven't been brave enough to do it.
How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I know most.
Feeling brave?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because one of my favorite things to do is to go online and look at hair videos and wonder, what would that be like?
What kind of maintenance are you wanting to maintain, or how often will you get your color done?
I usually get my color done probably every 4 to 6 months, depending.
That's natural wave you have?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a lot of natural, like when your hair is wet, is it pretty curly, or is it really, so you just have a bit of wave? Mm-hmm. You let it air dry today? Mm-hmm. Then you pulled it back?
I pulled it back last night, and then I kind of put it up in a clip to take another shower this morning, so.
What color hair does your alter ego have?
Really like that sort of gray to purple. That's really cool.
What is your favorite color to wear?
Pink.
Pink. Okay.
Pink or purple.
What would you want your color to say for you today?
I've arrived.
You've arrived. Okay. Would you like it to whisper, talk, or scream?
Not quite a scream, but a good hello.
Let's go chat a little bit.
Let's do that.
And we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, so what do you think about Maria?
To me, she's more like a canvas. Like there's a lot we could do.
There's an overlying theory to the idea of looking more youthful. And part of that theory, to me, is always trying to lift things up, to bring the eye up and not bring the eye down. Because anytime you bring the eye down, it seems tiring. It makes everybody tired. And the whole idea of youthfulness is being energetic and being full of life and being confident and all of those things. So when I look at her, especially like on this profile right here, the eye just comes down this way.
Right.
Even adding a little bit more of like a bang here, but a longer bang will help to actually offset the cheeks so the cheeks don't look so full, but at the same time add a little bit of that softness through there. And I definitely feel like we need a lot of layering, a lot more movement. She said she doesn't dye her hair.
Right.
So we need to cut shape into it.
Right.
Is my biggest thing.
Shaping it and having the lengths fall in the right places will do wonders for her overall, especially on the profile. That's going to be one of the most significant changes.
And just so you know, like, when you think about what is going to look good on you, a lot of times we will sit and look in the mirror and we'll be like, this looks good. Most of society, 80% of the time, you're viewed from this angle, right? Or this angle. So paying attention to what goes on with the profile, that's a really big deal. And that's how most people are going to see you out and walking around in society.
Exactly.
What do you think as far as the color goes?
If she wanted something different, and I'm taking her a totally different direction.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Nice. All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk through the drying process. Now, at home, typically what happens, as you've said before, is Maria will end up actually just letting her hair air dry, which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. You'll still be able to do that. So we definitely wanna make sure that you have a shape that you can air dry. This is gonna work very well for you air drying it. The shape is really cut into it. With that said, I'm gonna walk through in case you don't air dry it and you want to style it. I'm gonna use a little bit of a volumizing aid. Okay, this is really not so much to get big hair, but it's more to give a foundation for volume, right? Start in the back. Even when I was doing this, naturally I always go to the back first because that's where most of your hair is, then work it through the front. We have a tendency to wanna do this and put all the product in our bangs, right? Now on your hair specifically, because of the shape that we're going for, I don't need a whole lot of control over the ends in the mid shaft. So because we're doing that kind of loose wave, I really want just some volume at the roots, so just a little bit of foundation for volume at the roots. And then I'm gonna use another product that's basically gonna help smooth those mid shafts and ends out. So there's any basically smoothing gel is gonna work. This specific one is from L'Oreal. That's called Transformer Texture. I like it, but there's a lot out there that I like. So it's not the only product that will help. Something light, something not heavily oil-based. Just remember, typically speaking, the more shine it gives your hair, the more oil will come with it. And many times that can mean a little bit heavier. Not always, but as kind of a general rule of thumb. So kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at products. If it says super high shine, there could be a potential of it getting a lot of oil or grease too. Then we're just gonna get your hair dry. I'm not gonna worry about trying to get it wavy or anything while we're drying it. I'm just gonna get the moisture out so we can flat iron that wave into it. Now the big question is, how do you like it?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you guys like it?
Thing I really needed. I needed a pick-me-up, and this is definitely feel good again.
Yeah, that's what we want.
I feel sexy.
Okay, so just for time's sake, I went through and we flat ironed it. We got it dry, we flat ironed some wave in it. I actually have a video right here if you want to check this out that will actually walk you through the process step by step on how we achieve this kind of wave. But one thing I do want to show you real quickly, and I want to show you real quickly, you grab a section, so we'll do this section again, okay? You grab a section, and the size of the section is going to determine the amount of wave you get. So the larger, thicker section you take, the less wave you're going to get. Right? The smaller section, the more wave you're going to get. Also, how fast you move the iron. So if you pull through really quickly, You're just kind of dusting over it, you're not going to get a lot of wave out of it, right? But if you go really slowly, you're going to get a lot more wave, a lot more curl out of it. So you grab a section, put it in. I prefer, and people go back and forth on this, it's up to you. I prefer to twist them back away from the face myself, right? So for you, on this side, I would take it up, put it about a 1/2 inch to an inch away from the scalp. I'd close the blades, turn it back, and then I would pull it out, okay? And that's going to be enough to get me a little bit of the wave that I'm looking for. We're just looking for a beach wave, so we don't want a ton of wave or curl, so that's more than enough for me. Let's imagine that you get in, you're like, oh, I got way too much wave at the ends, or I got way too much wave here or there. Just go back through, grab that section, and just go over it relatively quickly with the iron, and it'll smooth out that a little bit and take some of that wave back out, and you'll have, or some of that curl back out, and you'll have wave. Danielle, you want to come over here and take a look at it? Okay, so what did you do with the color?
With the color, I use semi-permanent because she is going to, her maintenance isn't quite as frequent. And so I wanted to be sure that if she came in, that's great, we can maintain. But if she couldn't get in or waited a little bit longer, that she wouldn't be left with a huge demarcation, line of demarcation. So underneath, I did a little bit darker level to shadow down around her jawline.
A little bit better.
So we were talking about profile. So the darker is more for the profile to create more of a shadow.
Yeah.
An illusion in the hair, and then I used the same shade of color, but in the level up.
And then with the cut, our biggest concern, like we were talking about, was just making sure that we leave enough length that you have something to work with, but also not so much that it's just dragging you down. You
Which
know?
it was, I agree.
And also, I think having a little bit of softness through here, so it actually starts to create more cheek structure for you versus just focus on cheeks.
Right.
But it also brings more emphasis with the color, especially to your eyes. So it pops your eyes out more.
My eyes have ever looked as blue as they do right now.
Yeah, they're really, really, really pretty. Okay, so the question though is your husband gonna like it? And come on out.
It's beautiful. Now you make me look very, very old now. Looks good.
I would say this is a success. Do you think it's a success?
Success, and I love what he said. He feels older now. That's exactly what we want.
That's it.
Is that what you wanted?
Well, no. I mean, you know, that means we get ours. She looks younger.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yes.
Guys, we hope you like this. If you have any ideas or thoughts about any of it, please comment below, let me know. And hey, by the way, if you love the content, you know where the subscribe button is. Hit that now, right over there. Over there, I don't know, one of those two places. And make sure you check out next Tuesday when I'm gonna bring out a brand new video. It might be another makeover, I don't know, you think? Maybe. So you have to wait and check it out. All right, you guys have a good one. It was good talking to you.
Ciao.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you.